So yeah, speaking of that, you know what I mean. We can kind of talk about Ukraine a little bit. I know you mentioned you want to kind of talk about them a little bit and what's going on.
Well, I'm gonna say this right now. I heard a lot of stories about, you know, I think there was like a guy in Detroit, black man, talking about he gonna fight for Ukraine. There's gonna be some other folks fighting for Ukraine.
Yeah, I heard some of us want to volunteer.
Let me tell you something. I don't care if y'all whoop my ass. I will fucking personally. If you go over there and fight for them motherfucking people, man, I will personally come hunt you down and kick your goddamn ass. I mean that shit. We need to stay the fuck out of it. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Like it's just ridiculous, man. I mean,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is white on white crime. Let them fight. Right. Don't be like, oh, I got me a Ukrainian, sister over there, and we got fuck that. I ain't fighting for them motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's the thing though. It's like right after they done on live on the world stage, they done treat these Africans like shit.
Yeah.
And you want to go over there and fight for these motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I mean, I don't know what y'all think. It's a hoax that they treating us like that.
Yeah, man. Fuck that.
They doing it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, and look, I'm not pro-Russian either. I just don't want, because the channel might get canned because like, oh, you pro. Nah, I'm not that neither. I'm just saying, we the blacks, America should not lend services to people abroad right now.
Yeah. So I'm saying. It's just not our fight.
That's what I'm saying. It's not our fight. That's it.
Yep. So that's, I mean, I don't really have much to say. I mean, I know I pretty much agree with what you said. I wouldn't be lending my services to them,
No. Because we got too many problems here, like these goddamn gas prices.
Man, listen. Gas prices out of control, boy.
High, boy.
The memes that are going around about it, man.
Willie Nelson. Yeah, the Willie Nelson. How high Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg.
Man. They had one where it was Denzel from Training Day, and he was standing in front of the gas station.
Yeah.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, you. Yo, that was hilarious, man.
That's how y'all gonna do me.
That's how y'all gonna do me.
Huh? J-Cole ain't got shit on me.
Right. Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, man, so, Ukraine, y'all need to hurry up and handle that. Do whatever y'all got to do. It seems like they pretty much letting Russia do whatever the hell they want, though. Well, so I think Russia pretty much won this thing.
Dude, I mean, what can they do? Even if they could kick Russia's ass by themselves.
Right.
Even if they could. If they go into the land, they lost because the land size alone would engulf them. If they get out there, they would get cut off. So they could. Man, come on.
Yeah,
they can't win that.
I don't know how much longer it's gonna go on, but hopefully it'll be done soon.
Nah, the thing of it is, and I said this before, and we'll move on because this ain't hip hop. But the thing of it is, gotta understand, the West has been sloppy.
Okay.
The West has been very sloppy, and what they've been doing, like Russia, China, they've been peeping game, and they've been like, you know what?
Yeah.
Because really, that's the thing. Like, we might know a little bit about Russia, but do you know anything about China?
Nope.
But guess what? They know everything about us.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. They've been peeping game. They've been watching like, okay, we see. We just gonna wait here patiently. And we gonna wait here patiently. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna build up, we gonna do our thing and shit. Them Russians won. I'll tell you right now. I ain't fucking with them Russians, son.
Yeah, man.
Like Zangief on Street Fighter 2 wrestle better. They really do that shit.
I heard.
They do that shit.
I believe it.
I ain't man, come on, man.
Niggas is training super soldiers.
You know what I'm saying? That wrestling in mother country, we wrestle bad.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Mother Russia, we wrestle bad.
Yeah, I ain't messing with
that. Bad give hug.
Yeah. Just seeing what Zangief could do, I'm like, all right, I get it.
No.
I'm good.
I'm good, son. I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, man, so, that is what it is with the Ukraine thing. So we're gonna jump on to the next thing.
Yeah.
They are doing a reboot of the movie White Men Can't Jump from back in the 90s. I want to say that was either 92 or maybe 91. Was it?
Don't get me one. It probably around that. It was probably around that same area because I think it came out around the same time. Right. Juice and those types of movies.
Yeah, I know. I want to say 92 is my guess, but either way, it starred Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, and they were both like hustlers, and they just decided to kind of work together to hustle on the basketball courts, pretending that the white boy couldn't play when he really could, and getting money like that. So. From what I understand, I don't know if this is anywhere true or not, but they said Jack Harlow is going to play Woody Harrelson's character. And the only reason I even saw anything about the story is because Quavo from the Migos said he wanted to do Wesley Snipes' character. But I don't know if he was serious, but that's what he said. I kind of laughed at it. So
I think that's the guy. I think Quavo, is Quavo? Yeah, Quavo's the guy that watched, kind of viewed our podcast and gave us pointers.
Yeah. So he and that was, we definitely appreciate that.
Oh yeah, facts.
I don't see him being the type to take over that character though. He doesn't seem like that type, but I guess it depends on what kind of spin they put on it to make it a reboot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Bel Air thing. You know what I mean? They put a different spin on it, so you don't have to be exactly like your former counterpart.
Yeah.
So
I think that's one thing. I think that's the thing that makes that one so successful.
Yeah.
Because you go back to the, and don't get me wrong, I understand some people trying to, I ain't gonna say contribute, but or pay tribute, but try to leave the original intact.
Yeah.
But this is a new day.
Yeah.
So we kind of want, have kind of take yours on it. Yeah. So
I definitely get that, man. I don't think he's ever done any acting though, has he?
Quavo?
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
Not that I know of, anyway. But
Quavo, just hit us up in the inbox and let us know. Yeah. Let us know, man.
Yeah, holla at your boy.
Yeah, holla at us.
Well, yeah. So I don't even think they should do a reboot of that movie. I mean, it was a good movie, but to me, it's not something worthy of a reboot. I think they're doing it just because lately they don't have no ideas. You know what I mean? And I think that's what makes like the Marvel movies so popular, because most of them have not been done yet. You know what I mean? Some of them, like X-Men, have been done a couple times. Fantastic Four have been done a couple times, but
those movies,
those were, I think, under different umbrellas.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. You got so much source. You got so much source material you can pull from.
Exactly.
From the comic book movies. That's why now thinking about even with video game movies now, even like Sonic the Hedgehog, last in 2020, it kind of, it beat out everything because literally COVID was like the jab, the vid, because I'm afraid I can't say that. I don't know if we can say that or not. But yeah, usually after, when that came out, everything else kind of just like fell off, and Sonic was like automatically the winner.
Right.
But I say that to say this, but yeah, it's just like out of Hollywood, I think the magic is kind of done, because really you have other people doing stuff now. Like you got you know what I'm saying, you got Tyler Perry with his studios. I love him or hate him, but he got that. You got Netflix. You got other people. You got other people doing more stuff with less budget and doing like a phenomenal job. I think there's back in the day there were some people that I forgot, they shot a movie with like a phone camera, and it was a good movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you got, that was way back in the day, but people were like bypassing Hollywood.
Yeah,
it used to, that had to be the way you had to go, but now you don't really have to so much. And I think the people up there in Hollywood kind of running out of ideas. Like you said, they running out of ideas.
To want to make a reboot of that, it's like, wow. But then you have Rosie Perez, who was in it. I wonder who's going to play her part, But like you said, it's kind of like the Bel Air thing, the old Carlton ain't nothing like the new Carlton, and the old Jeffrey is nothing like the new Jeffrey.
Yeah.
The new Jeffrey is gangster.
That's what I heard.
Dude is gangster. And the new Carlton. He's a little gangster too.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see how that comes out. That's just, on the rumor mill right now. So we'll see how that comes out. All right. So now we can go ahead and move on. I want to give a shout out to my man from Harlem, Dapper Dan. He got a new joint venture, a new collab he's doing with The Gap. And he's going to be making apparel with them. He already started by releasing this new sweater, a hoodie. Oh. Instead of saying Gap, it said DAP, which was dope.
And it sold out in 60 seconds.
Yes, sir. It sold out in 60 seconds. It's like, man, I mean, you can't even hardly hit the button sometimes. It was so many people that was like, man, I couldn't even get to it. You know what I mean? So that's really dope right there. You know what I mean? So shout out to Dapper Dan, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more, but I think they were testing the waters by releasing the hoodie to see how that would go. So, yeah, he definitely deserves that, man. That dude worked hard and, came up from the bottom just, making clothes and, designing shit by just this up here. Buying a bunch of material and then just putting shit together. And, I mean, he's designed famous rappers like Eric B. and Rakim. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I think he did some stuff for LL. Kane, probably, a bunch of them that wore a lot of that Gucci and Louis and MCM back in the day. Man, listen.
That's the thing, man. Really, white people were wearing that. And now the fact that, you had a black man working his magic, putting it together. Mm-hmm. And like people like iconic, like Eric B. and Rakim, wearing that stuff and like the image, the presence of that, man. So I understand. Now I get to understand it. Just like I was telling, Curtis, like where I grew up, as you can see, like I'm definitely not the stylish dude, all right? so I, what I'm saying, I kind of missed the fashion thing. Like I was more of like a jeans and t-shirt, like sweatpants type dude. I wasn't really, I was trying to look neat and decent, what I'm saying? I didn't want to look like no slob or shit. But I wasn't really like the, what I'm saying? I wasn't really like super fashionable. Yeah. I try to look decent, but.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just think it's such a great thing, man, for Dapper Dan. And I mean, for him, he's up there in age. And for him to still be getting deals like this is amazing to me because he's so creative. You know what I mean? So, So anyway, shout out to Dapper Dan.
Facts.
All right, so we can move on. Let's go ahead and wrap it up by talking about the rise and fall of Slaughterhouse.
Yep.
That is definitely the big topic for this week. And I did the lost and thought about it, but we want to hear from y'all in the audience and all of that. Let us know what y'all think, weigh in, because I think it still boils down to the same thing for me. It's, Royce and Joe Budden are kind of looking at it like it's the principle of the thing. You shouldn't have done it based on principle. And Joel and Crook are looking at it like we're frustrated. Like y'all want to do something. You know what I mean? You're acting like it. Like, yeah, we were ready to do something. But where is it? When are we going to do it? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we just need to do this first. So, I'm not ready yet. And I need to sign this.
If this one ain't doing it, I ain't doing it.
Right. If he ain't doing it, I'm not doing it, Mm-hmm. And he's just like, So it's like, after a while, some people are going to get tired of all of that back and forth. You know what I mean? Stipulations and whatnot. So I get it from both sides. You know what I mean? From Joel and Crook's side, I get it. You want to put music out for the sake of the fans. I really don't think that they did it just for the money. They don't seem like the type that's just starving for money like that. You know what I mean? So I think they were looking at it like the fans keep bugging the shit out of us about it. Let's do it. And, I get it from Royce's side too. Like, yeah, but Slaughterhouse is all of us. So if you can't get all of us, you shouldn't want to do it. You know what I mean? And, Joe, I don't know, man. He flip-flops for me, man, because he'll say in one sentence, oh, yeah, I was ready to do it. And then in another sentence, he was like, I told him I wasn't doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, what is it? Which one is it? Help me out. You know what I mean? So
help me.
Right.
Help me.
Nigga. You know? So I can't rock with Joe on that one. But Royce, I get it. Royce is just like, on the principle, it should be all four of us. And if it can't be all four of us, we should just leave it alone.
And honestly, from that perspective, kind of like what you were saying this morning, when I watched it this morning, rather, what you were saying, what Royce was saying is like, yeah, I've been on the stage and I heard it sound how it sounded without each one of the members, and it don't sound right.
Right.
And honestly, as someone being a part of a group, like, you know what I'm saying, I get it. Because it's like, let's say you're in a band or you play in band. If you don't have certain people or you don't have certain instruments,
certain elements of
the group, it's going to be off.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to hear DOS effects and one of them niggas is rapping, and when it's time for the other one to rap, we just get quiet.
Yeah, so I get it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Bone chicken.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I get that. Definitely get that. It does feel like you're missing something. But I do think that Joel and Crook sound good together.
Fact.
This album is pretty solid. You know, I don't consider it a Slaughterhouse album. I just consider it them just giving the fans some closure, saying, look, here's what the questions y'all always wanted to know. Here's what was going on behind the scenes. And this is why we just couldn't get it together. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know, and so I don't look at it as, we just dropping an album to diss the other two. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't look at it like that.
Well, I don't think it, like I said, I don't think there's no beef. I think
it's not.
I mean, I think they're just really trying to, you know, say they truth. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, this ain't nothing. I don't think it's nothing really personal against them. I mean, really, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I do wish all the gentlemen in this that they get, you know what I'm saying, that they get much success and, you know, good health and all that stuff because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I mean, just like Royce did make the point, like, man, y'all 40. You shouldn't be doing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the other two are like, but we need the deal to be right. We need to wait for this and we need to wait for that. It's like, I get it. You know, you want things to be a certain way, but in the industry, when you sign illegal contracts about music, there's never going to be a perfect contract.
No.
There's always going to be something in there where you're like, I don't like that, but it is what it is. I'm just going to give this album to the fans, and, you know, that's it.
I mean, the record company is going to make money. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're in the business for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get, you know, but at the same time, I do understand Joe as far as like, look, I don't want to get raped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that I understand that part. You know, as far as like, you know, I want to make sure everything is right and exact on this end.
Yeah.
But, you know, but I understand Crook part as far as like, hey, you know, I'm trying to work this not just for me, but for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I got when he said, you know, I'm trying to pull this for the family. I'm trying to generate checks for my family. He saw this. To me, I don't know if he met his actual family, that's fine too. But I don't know if he actually saw, you know, he probably saw this as a brotherhood. Like, we're going to try to make this a thing. You know what I'm saying? Make this an actual group.
Yeah.
But.
Yep. And, you know, well, let me ask you this. I got, matter of fact, 2 questions. Yeah. Number 1, do you think that Royce and Joe will or should respond and like put their own song out? And 2, do you think they'll sound good on records, just the 2 of them together?
Yes. Now, when you say a song, you just talking about a song, right?
Yeah, just any song. Like not.
I wouldn't say a full album. Yeah, I think they should. You know, maybe address it. Will they sound good together? I believe so too. I think, you know, they'll sound. I don't know if they'll sound good as Joel Ortiz and King Crook together.
Right. Because
I think they're a little bit more, like when you listen to them sonically, I think they sound a little bit more gelled, and They sound a little bit more conclusive. Together they sound. I'm saying they sound not conclusive. I'm sorry, but I'm throwing words out there.
That's okay.
No, that's not okay. Can't do that. But yeah, they really sound together. You know what I'm saying? And you could hear that in the music.
Yeah.
I don't know about Royce and Joe. I think with Joe, he's with the the podcast, got that money.
Yeah.
And Royce is good. Royce can rap. Royce is, it would be great if Royce did some production on some of them joints.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Royce is coming a long way with the production.
Yeah.
He's kind of mastered making beats. I don't know if he's the best or anything, but when he did the allegory, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I see you now, Royce. You know what I mean? He's still, one of my favorites as far as lyricism.
Yeah. I think with Joe not rapping in a few years, which I'm pretty sure he still, hit the, he gets it in, but just not recorded. But I don't think they would sound as, polished.
Yeah.
As the guys out here that they got a challenge. So,
well, like I said, Joel and Crook's album is solid, man. It's got everything you need if you're a real hip hop head. It's got the boom bap experience. It's got the lyricism, and they are giving you some of their best bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely in support of that. I don't think that Royce and Joe should even try to respond. I think they should just kind of leave it alone. But I just wonder if they will say something. I don't think they would do a whole album together.
Nah,
I just wonder if they're gonna at least do like a little song just to say, here's our side of the story.
Because that's the thing too. Just like with the whole Slaughterhouse thing, I think with the Rise and Fall, like I told you, I think the weakest point of the album is that they keep homing and talking about, the issues that they had, which is fine, but they can't have the whole. I think the whole album being that kind of hurts it. But at the same time, I will say this: after this album, they shouldn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
they should be focusing on making music.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. Crook has actually said that he is retiring from hip hop. He said he is working on one last album for himself, his retirement album. And so, he said that he is willing to do stuff like features after that, but he doesn't think he's going to do like a whole nother album on his own. He said he might do something else if Joel want to get together again and do something else, but
yeah,
as far as by himself, he's pretty much retiring after this. So I'm definitely gonna support the album whenever that comes out. But yeah, man, I just thought it was such a a weird thing. I remember when I first realized that they had friction. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But like he said in backstage, you the fans see one side of it, but after the show is over, they go their separate ways. You know what I mean? Which but that brings me to another point though, real quick. What was funny to me when they were going back and forth on the little lives and stuff, Royce was saying that Joel was lying. That he was telling the half truth about that. He was like, yeah, after the show was over, for the most part, we would go our separate ways, but me and Crook were real close. We were like brothers, and so we were on the phone with each other like every day. And to me, that doesn't mean that Joel is lying. That means that you and Crook had something going on maybe he didn't know about. Maybe he didn't realize how close y'all were.
Yeah. So
he's going about his business. So I really don't think you should really point that out and say, well, he's not telling the truth because me and Crook was so close. Yeah, but that don't mean he was up in it. He wasn't calling Crook like, what y'all talking about? I heard y'all was on the phone. You know what I mean? He don't care about that. He going back to do his own thing.
I heard y'all niggas breathing over
right. Don't be breathing.
Don't be breathing. You can't be breathing.
So yeah, I think it's just an interesting situation, man. I hate that it came to this, but
especially at a time
right
like this, but yeah.
But I don't I do not agree that anybody is particularly lying. You know, I don't think that Crook and Joel are lying. I think Royce and Joe Budden, they're not trying to lie, but they're coming off as untruthful in some situations because they're kind of giving mixed signals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it comes off to me, it sounds like it's lies, but I think it's just mixed signals, and they don't realize that's what they're doing. So that's just my opinion. Of course, y'all weigh in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. You know, we'll kind of go from there, chop it up a little bit. Please don't forget, smash the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Brothers.
We need funds
to be allocated.
Allocated. Conjugated.
Degraded.
You know?
It used to be a dude that when I cut hair, he used to rhyme like that. He was like, yeah, I used to strategize, to utilize, to personalize, to funnelize. I'm like, damn.
Traumatized. But yeah, man, did you want to say anything else about the Slaughterhouse situation?
Nah, man, other than, like I said, they come to a resolve on that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some music out of it. Just like Royce and Maul was saying. Roy and Maul was saying, excuse me. They were saying that hopefully that Glass House will get released one day.
According to Joel and them, they like, fuck Glass House.
Oh yeah, it's
they like, we sick of waiting on this shit. Because I mean, I get it. You know, that's a song of straight frustration. They're like, look, if y'all ain't releasing shit by now, I don't care. If you want to release it, go ahead and do it. You can do it under some fake name or something like that, but we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
So I get it.
We should get it, and we should be like, not Slaughterhouse.
Right.
Release it. Yeah, we not Slaughterhouse. Right. But we got Glass House.
Call it the Chop House or something.
Yeah, call it the Chop House.
But, and I think it's one of those things, if they're really smart, and if they ever get back together as friends, even if they don't release music, if they come back together as friends, they could release that as, like the Wu-Tang when they did that secret album that nobody could hear, and like millionaires had to buy that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do some shit like that where only whoever buy it can listen to it. And, you can't redistribute it or whatever. The whole Glass House thing. You know what I mean? So that would be kind of dope. But I do hope that they all can get back together as friends, even if we don't get no
music out of them. Yeah.
At least be grown ass men and let this shit go, man. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't gotta have grown up together to patch this up. It's just y'all too old for this. And I think that on both sides, they both have to get to that point where they're like, I see where I misunderstood.
Yeah.
And we see where we misunderstood. Blah blah blah. So let's do that.
Yep.
Anyway, I guess we can go ahead and wrap up the show, man. We appreciate y'all. Again, this has been episode 198.
Yeah, I'm still working on the items. Yeah, two away.
Two away. Well, ain't that the little dance they used to do?
Son, we don't do that here. God damn it.
That's the white folks,
Yeah, the little. I never understood that shit.
I don't know either, man.
But, what was it? Yeah, that was on like Pulp Fiction.
I think it was Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, John Travolta.
Yeah, that's a classic right there.
Yeah, man. He like dress up in.
I heard.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, man. But anyway, all right, man. For Triad Hip Hop Podcast, this is your man Kurt, and this is, and we will see y'all on the next one. All right, peace.